Right, hi there, guys. So, like, go through a couple of little bits and bobs today. So first off, I've been watching an awful lot about marketing and funnels and how funnels can actually, well, what I've been using chatbots for all the way along, which is using a chatbot very much the same as how you'd use a funnel. Now, obviously, one of the kings of funnels is a guy called Russell Brunson. If you haven't heard of him, you want to click funnels, and he's got this particular set of stuff he calls hook, story, offer. Now, if you haven't heard of this before, something really important. So what we'd like to do is go through how we're going to use the hook, story, and offer. We're going to do a full course on this. So it's going to be all about the hook, story, offer, and it's going to be how to use your chatbots for sales and marketing. Right. So what I've done is I've kept a couple of notes. If you keep on seeing the eyes flickering, don't worry about it. It's only me reading my notes just so I get it all right. So first off, we're going to be going through the basics. We're not going to be going in deep in this one particular lesson. It's just basically to get you primed. Now, this will be appearing on the membership site, which is free. And what we hope to do with this is actually make it so you can start going out there and making money. Now, I don't care if you are selling agency services, affiliate, you could be doing your own product sales, you could be doing e-commerce. It doesn't matter which thing you're actually doing. This is going to help you massively. Right? I use it myself all the time, and it's what helps me improve my sales. So why is it that chatbots can actually be better than what sales funnels are? Well, basically, a sales funnel will lead you in one direction. So you've got the funnel here, got a large top where you try and catch everybody, and then you filter them down, and the people who are your perfect customers drop out the bottom. Now that's all well and good, and for sales funnel, excellent. I love sales funnels. I use sales funnels. However, with the chatbot, what you can do is you can actually take those same people, and there might be some people who would drop off the funnel normally because you haven't got the exact same thing as what they're after. But by you asking them certain questions, what you can then do is you can tailor the exact product to be exactly what they want. So, for example, if they drop on and they're looking for chatbots, they might be looking for customer service. They might be looking for a customer service chatbot, and you're trying to push the sales on them. So, if they see sales, and think, well, this chatbot's not for me, you're not resonating with the people. They don't know why that would possibly fit them. Now, I also know that in here, we're going to have different levels of people watching this, right? I realize not everybody starts at the same level. Some people might be beginners, in which case this will all be quite new to you. And there's no need to worry about it because we're going to be taking it step by step. However, you might also be already an experienced marketer. Now, if you're an experienced marketer, it's still going to be worth watching this, as there is going to be some nuggets, what you wouldn't have necessarily thought of. There's quite a few of these that I never thought of when I was starting off with this sort of thing. And even now, I still find brand new things all the time. I do listen to far too many podcasts and everything else to try and learn more than what anybody else can. But we learn it all the time. I'm sure that you know lots of tricks that I don't know. And I'm sure that if you want to share them, that'd be awesome. But I'm sure you know like a lot of different things that I don't know. So therefore, this is just to get everybody up to a level that's going to get you really good at sales and marketing. So we're going to obviously be using Chatamo. Now, Chatamo is my software. Now, I did say chatbots in the beginning, but this is going to be a lot more than chatbots because we need to attract the market as well. Now, this is why Chatamo is the particular one that we're going to use. By using Chatamo, we have a lot more features. We don't just have basic chatbot. We have auto posting, we have e-commerce, we have a load of other different things that we can use, which is going to give us a huge advantage over what anybody else can do. So a little bit about me. I started off in business pretty much when I left school. I started off my own businesses and I kept on running them. Now, eventually what happened was I had a particular bone disease. I ended up in a wheelchair. And because I ended up in a wheelchair, I was running pubs and restaurants at the time. And I couldn't run pubs and restaurants, but I was still in lease. So I needed to find a way to get my pubs and restaurants more customers. So I used chatbots, I used websites, I used funnels, I used all these different bits and bobs. Well, actually, I didn't use chatbots, so it's far too early. I used email marketing and this sort of business. Now, as we kept on going, I got out of the wheelchair, obviously, and I then got a brain injury. Now, this has been quite recent, the brain injury. And I got a bleed on my brain, by which point I had tattoo studios. And what the bleed on my brain gives us is it gives us the shakes. So if you ever watch my hands, they're normally shaking pretty badly. And obviously, being a tattooist as with shaking hands isn't that clever. I can still do portraits though, which is very, very strange. So I then had all these tattoo studios and people who were working with us. And what I need to do was I need to get them with plenty of work in because we take a percentage and they take a larger percentage. So I need at least 3 people working non-stop to equal the same amount of money as what I would have brought in myself. So I needed to get into marketing. And by which point chatbots were around, I could see the benefits of chatbots. And so I decided to start studying chatbots and funnels and websites and all this sort of thing. Now, while I was studying chatbots, I actually went with a company called Manychat. You probably all heard of it. It was one of the first companies out there. And if you go in and search the experts, you'll actually see me within there. It's under my full name, which is Sean McManus, which is a very strange name. If you break it down, we only talked to me the other week. But if you go in there, you'll see me, and I'm one of Manychat's experts. I've been doing it for quite a while. Now, what happened with me in Manychat was when I had already set up my chatbot, a lot of people come and were starting to get interested in what I was doing. And because I could see the success that my tattoo studio was having. And so what they wanted to do was they wanted me to help them do their various different marketing. So I kind of fell into having an agency. And what I was doing was I was building all these different chatbots for people. I was running their social media. I was doing the ads for them. And I was doing all this kind of thing. And we were doing it really quite regularly. It was very, very nice. However, what then happened was I found out that Manychat have what I would consider very, very low morals. I had built up these particular chatbots. I'd spent a lot of time on these chatbots. And one of the people wrote into Manychat and said that they wanted their chatbot back, which means they wouldn't have to pay me anymore. Manychat then gave them their whole chatbot, cut me off out their account. And the chatbot that I was going out and using and selling for them was then given to the customer. I got nothing. All of a sudden, I was cut out. And this is what got me thinking. This is what started me off on the chat ammo journey. Because I didn't want anybody else to go through the same thing. But I was also using other software as well. So I was using the likes of Hootsuite. I was using Shopify. I was using all these different softwares just to get the various different things done. So I decided that we could go out and we could make a better software. Now, the software that we've created, the chat ammo thing, is a big software. So for a while, for about 3 years, I think it is, I haven't released Manychat to anybody else. All right. And I was basically just using it for myself, for my own agency. But then I started to get other agents interested in what I was on doing. And these agents wanted to use my software. Now, this then started to get a little bit out of hand. So what I decided to do, I had two choices basically. I could either stick with the agency model and keep on running my agency along with my other businesses, or I could switch off from the agency and start helping people with my software. And I decided to do the latter because I fell off a roof and broke my leg. This was 8 months ago, so I had an operation on my leg. And it gives an awful lot of time to think through what I was doing, where I was going, and where I wanted to be, and what I wanted to actually be doing. And I decided I want to help other people who start off the same as me. So, what I want you to do during this whole training is everything that I'm on saying, think about how you can apply it to your own business, right? Your own business model. We all have different business models. So, for example, at the minute we've got tattoo studios, we tattoo shoes, we have, oh God, my girlfriend does nails. She also works with special needs children. We have all sorts of different things going on. Now, all of this, what I'm about to say, can be applied to any business, right? All you need to do is think about, right, okay, he's saying this on my business, which might be coaching. On my business, how can I apply this particular theory and put it into practice to get my business working where it should be? So it's not all about just using chatbots, right? Like I say, we do have chatbots. Yes, chatbots are a very, very important part of it, but they're not. Chatbots alone will not get you the results that you want. Later on, I'm actually going to show you a couple of different builds I'm going to do in front of you to show the various different things that I would do. So we're going to go through basically everything. So we're going to be going through Google Ads. We're going to be going through your stories. We're going to be going through your offers. We're going to be going why your offers are important, and we're going to be going into why we're not going to base ourselves on price. Because basing yourself on price is the worst thing we can possibly do. But we're going to get into all that. So, like I say, with the chatbot, we're going to make a tailored customer journey, which means we're going to give a journey that that customer wants. We're going to join the customer in whereabouts in their head they're thinking, right? So they've got a problem. We're going to come in with that particular problem, the solution. And from that solution, we can then take them down the journey to fix their solution. Everything about what I'm going to teach is all about customer first. Now, the reason why I'm saying customer first, you could be skint. You might want money straight away. I don't necessarily agree about get rich quick schemes, right? Personally, I always find that if you help enough people, then your money will take care of itself. And it's a nicer way to have a business. It's a way that you can actually enjoy business. It's not going to work. It's actually coming out and helping people who are your friends, which we're also going to get into as well. So we're going to make a custom journey all the way down there. So the first thing that we need to decide is who we want to serve. Now, this is quite a strange one because when I first released Chat Ammo, I decided I was going to sell to everybody, right? I know my software can help absolutely any business. And so I decided, in my infinite wisdom, that's exactly who I was going to sell to. Absolutely everybody. Now, what problem that caused is while I was on building up my software and while I was on selling to everybody, then everybody had all these different problems. And they weren't necessarily the people who I would choose to hang around with. So they weren't the people who I would normally go down the pub with, and weren't people who I would say if I was on holiday and bumped into them, oh God, no. Right. So what we need to do was need to find people who I wanted to serve, people who I wanted to help, which for me was entrepreneurs. Now, for you, it might be somebody completely different. It probably is somebody completely different. And that's still important. It's to get it all sorted. It's like you don't hate selling, right? If you start trying to sell to everybody, first off, you might make money quickly at the beginning, but that money will quickly die out. If you start picking the exact people who you want to sell to, you're going to become known as an industry leader within your particular niche. So if it is restaurants, all of a sudden, it's very, very easy to become an industry leader in restaurant marketing. It's very, very easy to become an industry leader in real estate marketing. All of this is quite simple. It's not too difficult. Now, the way I like to think about it, if you think of Mike Filsaime, then every year he has the marketers cruise. Obviously not while COVID was on, but he has the marketer cruise. Now, Mike Filsaime actually goes out and he sells Groove to his ideal customers. All of his marketing is all designed to attract the people he wants to, but also repel the people that he doesn't want. Russell Brunson does exactly the same. Russell Brunson does it slightly more viciously, but he does it the same. And he has his mastermind sessions. And with his mastermind sessions, people pay $50,000 to go into a inner circle with Russell Brunson. And what that means is it means he picks the people who he wants. He puts out ads and content out there that only people who's going to be really interested, so entrepreneurs, are going to be interested in those particular things. So that's why they start applying to go and pay $50,000. So what you need to think about is you need to think of your hook. So what hook is it that would attract people? Now, more than likely, the people you're going to pick are going to be people like yourself. So what is it that will get you to actually start watching this? Now, the way I like to do this, I'm just going to share my screen quickly. I have to remember to turn that screen off. Is I use this Jasper, right? So we'll say chatbots for affiliate marketing. No, we won't use that one. We'll use let's use sales funnels, right? So sales funnels and product description. Tailor, no, complete customer journey to get more sales using sales funnels. Right. So this is if I was going out and I was selling sales funnels. So when Groove had their free on, I was selling an awful lot of Groove. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to use the problems that's going to help sell. Now, problems are your perfect hook because everybody has a problem no matter what business they're in. So what I use is I use this Jarvis, which I'll give you a link to because it's 10,000 free usage if you go through my link. Anyway, so most business only focus on the top of the funnel, but if you want to make more sales, you need to think about the entire customer journey, right? That's top of the funnel, and they should be focusing on the entire customer journey. So here we could start talking about customer journeys. We're going to go all the way down this, and obviously build whatever it is that we want to build. Right now, sales funnels probably wasn't the best one. There was one I done last night, which was about. Let's have a look. So we'll think anti-itch. Right. So anti-itch. We're going to say we've got a product that is an itching product. So we're going to stop people from itching. So we will start writing whatever it is that is their pain point. So with our product, get rid of those annoying itches. for good. One pump, all you need to have 24 hours of peace. Right. Obviously, this is the worst bit of sales you've ever seen in your life, but we're going to press it. And this is how basic you can actually start off in this Jarvis thing. So we're going to press it, and we're going to just use the particular problems. Say so, itching can be incredibly frustrating and distracting. Whether you're dealing with a bug bite, sunburn, rash, itch, it can make it difficult to focus on anything else. So we can use the focus line. Itching, really annoying sensation that can keep you from enjoying life. All right, so we can go into this. We can give them the problem. We're then going to agitate the problem. So the constant scratching can quickly become distractive and only provide temporary relief. Not to mention, it damages your skin in the long run. Well, tell me more. So these are what you could use as the hooks, right? So this is basically what a hook is. Your hook is just coming in there and showing them what their problem is. Or your hook could be a particular thing that they're struggling with. So at the minute, restaurant industry are having massive problems with trying to find staff. You could go in there and still having problems trying to find staff. Well, as soon as somebody reads that from the restaurant industry, you're attracting your ideal customer, your ideal customers, restaurant owners. You're repelling the other customers. So if you're a realtor, you see that it doesn't make a difference to you. You're not going to be interested. But restaurant owners, you're attracting them. So this is where you've got to start thinking about your bait. Now I'm going to go into all of these as a deep dive because there's an awful lot. So Russell Brunson says, think of them a little bit like fish. All right. So a fish in a lake, and your hook is actually your bait. Right. So you throw your bait in there, and the fish gets attracted to it, and the fish come and bite. Now, the one thing I will say is you never know which hook's going to work. So it's worth throwing out a lot of different hooks, right? The more hooks you can throw out, the better. And of course, what you're going to do is you're going to create hook, story, and then offer, right? So you're going to actually create your dream clients. Now, the way to do this is, now this is going to sound really silly, but please bear with us. Right, what I would like to do is I would like to go over to Google and type in people's faces, right? Type in your ideal kind of client that you want. So my ideal client is an entrepreneur, wants to help people, wants to make a difference, and wants to make 7 figures. Right, they are my ideal clients. So I can go out there and I can find a couple of pictures of people who look sort of similar to that. And once I find these couple of pictures of people who look kind of similar to what I think they should look like, print them out and put them on your desk. Now, from then onwards, you can use those people for absolutely every single thing you are doing. So all your ads, all your content, everything else, name these people and just think, right, okay, these are the people that I'm targeting. Would these people be attracted to this part of content? And if you keep that in mind all the way through, first off, you're going to find getting clients an awful lot easier because you are targeting exact people. And right now, you can only really niche down. Selling to everybody doesn't work now. Internet's getting flooded. Everything's a red ocean. If you are trying to sell everybody, it is a bit of a nightmare. Now, that's where we need to niche down, find the ideal clients. However, what we need to do is we need to find out where the ideal clients are. Now, if you've got your ideal clients listed, so mine, entrepreneurs and things such as this, where would I find them? So first off, what podcasts are they listening to? Which groups on Facebook could they be in? What are the search terms on Google? What search terms would they add into Google? What's the problems that they're facing? How can I help them? How can I get to them at that particular problem point? Which is why I'm going to be producing a lot of hooks. So all these different hooks, one of these hooks are going to ring true for one of your ideal clients. So it's going to still get the ideal client in, but still going to repel your clients you don't want, right? So you're going to use what they're already doing. So use the groups they're already on, use the websites they're already on, use any forums they're already on. Find the tone of that particular podcast. You might want to even get in touch with the podcast guy and say to the podcast guy, hey, listen, you've got my ideal audience in here. What's the chance of me being on as a guest, or I'll sponsor one of your podcasts, or something such as this? It's starting to get your name out there and starting to get you better known. Okay, so all you got to think about is what you would say that would resonate with your ideal clients, right? So your hook is going to be to get them in, and then your very next bit is going to be tell your story, right? So a little bit of how I've just went through all the junk I've went through in the past with disabilities and this sort of thing. I could have then went into that a little bit further and give a really meaningful story about the various different points. I'm not trying to sell to you guys though, about the various different points that would make somebody go, right, well, hang on, I'm going through that at the minute. I didn't know nothing about marketing. He didn't. He found chatbots, right? He seemed to have some success on that. And then I could go and show my success. And this is basically how we're going to build the beginning of our chatbot funnels. All right. Now we're going to be going into each of these really, really deeply, and it's going to be forming a complete course. So hopefully this has been some good to you. If it has, I would love to hear your comments. And also, if you would like to follow us on YouTube and whatnot, I'm going to put some links underneath this because I would like to build up a good army of people, and also into our Facebook group as well, because we've got an awesome group. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and speak soon.